wake up in the night to a cold sweat and the fear that perhaps I didn't make the right moves yet. To use a waiver, would it be braver to hold out for more and call this guy the savior? The 5-4 line, been on the wrong and the right side. When the stats down, you gotta look to the bright side. And when the stats up, you better not slip. 11 other teams just hoping you will trip up. GFL, the greatest in the world, yes. Number one pick, you got the world at your doorstep. Take a bad trade, it gon' be met with a protest. The profesh poised with the polish of a pro step. Believe the hype, yeah. Fantasy game got me feeling like the spice of life. Give me the spice tonight with Sean Curry and Mike.
I didn't think we'd be on this Christmas week, but we've made it back for the Curry Spice, Michael.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve. So we had Christmas Eve theme last week, and this week just normal theme.
That's how we roll.
2 days out from Christmas. Got a new haircut, Michael?
I do. Rock Ebony in Glen Waverley. I have a hairdresser, her name is also Ebony, and what a fantastic job she has done.
Yep.
If you
CM Punk.
if you drop my name, so Michael Smith, if you drop my name at Rock Ebony in Glen Waverley, you'll have 25% off your first haircut, and in turn you'll give me 25% off my next haircut. So hop down, guys. Glen Waverley, 64 Kingsway. Phone number 9560 0011, and they give a good scalp massage, those ladies in at Rock Ebony. So I suppose we should
All right.
get back into fantasy.
Let's get into it. Standings looking here. JJ Nelson has responded from his loss last week in a
Bang!
big way. Bang. 8-1. Death and taxes. Ooh, not looking good there. So, Joel rounds out second, and Gavin, I think, slips into the third spot for the first time, I think.
Yeah.
So he's doing well. We're going to the first matchup, man. What have we got?
Me
Pretty
and
excited about this week,
me
actually.
and Toby.
So I didn't realise your matchup went so close in free throw, where you both were on 82.4%.
With an asterisk.
So you've won on an asterisk,
Yeah.
which is rare.
I was up 8-1, 7-2 for most of the matchup, and then looking at the last few days, I didn't have many people playing on the second last day, and also didn't have very many people playing on the last day, and Toby had an array of players playing. He had some outs, I had some outs, but I suppose what comes down to it is I had 4 players in the top 11 ranked for the week.
That'll do it. Who are the top 4?
The top 4...
Would have been Lillard.
Jimmy Butler was second, Lillard was 5th, Gibson was 10, but I only got 1 game out of him, I think, and Parsons was 11th.
What did Jimmy Butler do this week to get him second spot? 42 minutes per game. That'll do it.
50% field goal, 95% foul shots from 7 attempts.
Wow.
7 attempts.
So it's going good there, yeah.
2.3 threes, 29.3 points, 8 rebounds, 3.3 assists, 2.7 steals.
That'll do it. I had him last year. His stats of, I think last year he was about 10, 5 and 4 on 20% field goal. So
And he couldn't stay on the park either.
he's doing pretty good for you, man. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty epic week. I think that's.
And I got him
James
round. I think I got him round 8 as well.
Yeah,
So
no.
I think you need to get some highlights for him.
Done
this
well.
week.
Jimmy Butler's done well. As for Toby,
For Toby, he had a massive game. He had a massive week from LaMarcus Aldridge, who I think was fourth ranked, with 26 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 2.3 steals, and 1.3 blocks on 51% field goal and 93% foul shooting. And he had a few massive games from Kevin Love, and then his last game had an 8 and an 8 game off Kevin Love, and he lost points by 2.
played Toby
So
last
Kevin
week.
Love.
No good. Alright, next matchup. We're moving on. The Architect has lost to Nick in a game that Nick needed, a statement game for Nick. So
I think this is it.
said about 3 weeks ago that Nick's team's not too bad. And I mean, like, he's got a bit lucky there with the Jarrett Jack ad at the end.
One assisted by one.
Winning the matchup by one assist. So Joel's taken it very well, not to complain or whatever. He could have easily won the match. Free throws reasonably close. Everything's somewhat tight. But for Nick, Russell Westbrook, you can't look past that. 125 points for the week, 33 assists, 19 rebounds. So he's definitely carried the bulk of the load. And Ryan Anderson's had 11 threes for him as well. So
with Joel's team, he got another solid week out of waiver wire of the week last week. Covington again, 9 threes,
yeah,
43 points,
that's
18
good.
rebounds,
Like to see your waiver players
5
back
blocks.
up.
Yeah,
Always love to see, you know.
you don't have to
one
drop
week,
them. You can keep them for another
fantastic.
week or ride them as long as you can. Is that a more quieter week from Tyreke Evans from last week?
Yes, I think he missed a game as well. He missed one game, I'm pretty sure, from memory.
And
He had a 2 game week. I think.
Olenek had a good week.
Did 7 threes as well.
6 blocks.
And for Joel, Deron Williams missed, but James Harden was reasonably solid. He didn't quite get. He got a more even production by the looks of it. Quinn's been good, and he started last game for Orlando.
6 blocks.
Yeah, he's a handy player at the moment. For now,
Is Harden's hamstring? Can you feel it?
I saw it.
Can you
I
feel
saw
it?
it happen. I think he's fine. Fuck, he's alright. He came back on. He was quite good. Next matchup.
You're just pushing through, mate. Trying to get quickly to Christmas as possible.
No, mate, I just want to give the people what they want, you know. You don't want to drag it on too much. I mean, people they're waiting to hear about their teams. They don't want us to dwell. This matchup's interesting. Brown Boys 8, Death and Taxes 1. And last week we gave Death and Taxes a bit of a write-up about
How back?
Yeah. And, for the first couple of days, this matchup, but yeah, everything's going well, and Durant's on 30, and then half-time hits, and just before that he hurts his foot, and Durant goes down, and so does Death and Taxes immediately. Jeff Teague out.
Jeff Teague out, Zach Randolph missed the game, Leonard, Durant.
You got Josh Smith.
Josh Smith
today waived.
Waived.
Now I don't even know how a contract works, but was he expiring? I don't think he was expiring.
No, I thought
Did they use their amnesty him? How has he been? Have they just gone, look, we'll just pay 50 mil to get him?
We can't get rid of him. We've been trying to get rid of him for
Josh Smith's been waived. I mean,
in real NBA, not in fantasy.
he's inefficient as fuck, but at the end of the day, yeah, he's an NBA starter. I don't know.
So where do you think he's going to end up? Reports to Houston.
He's been waived. No, if I'm Houston, I would not take Josh Smith. I reckon he should just go.
But if he's waived and Houston pick him up, do they have to pay out his existing contract?
I've got no idea how this works. Nick Barnshaw will be able to inform us of this and give us the update on that, on what teams
But
are
I think we
likely
should
going to be able to
probably.
get Josh
I
Smith.
think we should probably head back to the matchup.
It's interesting. We're going to cover the news, mate, as well.
Yeah.
So the matchup 8-1. So
How do you think Kemba Walker went for Nelson's team in his first week?
yeah, typical trade. Curry trades a player. The player's not playing very well. I wouldn't say Kemba Walker wasn't playing very well, but he was, let's just say, for the first 7 weeks, shooting 38%. And had I seen him ever shoot over 50% in a week?
Now,
Of course not. He's shooting 38% for the year. But of course, when I trade a player, they turn to gold. Which is, Kemba Walker shot 51%.
do you need that moved over a bit?
51%. 51%. 51%. Okay? 10 threes, 101 points, 7 steals. Very good. Very
And
good.
only 6 turnovers.
No, I will say this. He did only get 23 assists, which is...
Not.
That's not bad. That's pretty good as well.
Yeah.
6 or 7 a game. Danny Green, another gem. 15 threes, 6 blocks, 4 steals. 46% field goal.
Where's Matthews has cooled down a little bit from when he hit 21 against Joe. Only 9.
Oh, yeah,
only 9 this week.
Yeah, it just draws the matchup with me.
But I suppose the one of the biggest
Anthony
ones
Davis,
is
16
Davis,
blocks.
160 points. Shooting 60 field goals.
Wow. And he picked up Mason Plumlee. Damn, I wanted that guy.
Look at that.
His free throws a bit.
90%.
Fuck. Yeah, I'll tell you, you're going to play good when you're shooting 90%. So was this matchup, any categories close?
Turnovers by 4. So it could have been 7-2.
He didn't have enough players on the park, death and taxes. He's got a good side, but you can't have Durant, Randolph miss a game or 2, Leonard miss
Teague
2 or 3 games, and Teague miss 2 or 3 games. Nah. So
and I think
right off.
And Spates had a 2-game week as well, which
Next matchup.
we're on that one for a while, weren't we?
Monsters Inc. versus Mother of Willows. Monsters Inc. continues its winning ways.
1 freeze by 2.
So
Steals by 1.
yeah, it was reasonably close. Yeah, could have gone either way. Mozgov hit a 3.
I haven't seen it. I don't think I want to see it.
We've got Dwight Howard back. Dwight Howard, DeAndre, and Chandler.
Shabazz.
Yeah, had him for a while. He's, I like to rotate players in and out.
As I do. Yeah.
But now that he's starting with Corey Brewer gone, I think his consistency's more there. Can roll an ankle, but nice pickup. Hold him.
Yeah, I reckon. Especially with Wiggins being not that good.
Nah. Next person. Yeah, we haven't got much on the other.
No, we haven't got much on the other side.
354 rebounds for Gavin. Mate, yeah, Gavin, listen, mate. You only need to win rebounds by 75. You know, when you start winning rebounds by 134, it's a lot. It's a lot, Michael.
He could make a trade and sort of bolster up his other stats.
He's alright. He's third on the ladder, so we should shut up.
Yeah.
But 57 blocks.
Isaiah Thomas had a good...
it's a good team he's got. You're not going to beat him in a few categories. He's adamant.
LeBron James, relatively good. Salinger was quiet there for a while. He's still hitting threes. What's going on there? Bogut's still out for Willow. And how many games?
Joe Giminoa shot 27%.
Lou Williams, 9 threes. So do you see much hope? Willow's 11th. Do you see much potential in his team still, or do you think he needs to make a few moves?
I think he'd be trying to make a few moves.
Yeah.
11th spot. He's got a fair few pieces there, but he probably needs to tailor in, hone in on his strategy a little bit more. So
you think he's just sort of a bit. His team's a little bit all over the place. He doesn't have a direction.
Mine's similar, but I think I'm a fair few trades ahead as far as getting to where I want to be. I'm about 7 trades in now, so hopefully my team's going more in the direction rather than less. Having said that, going off topic, all the trades I've made has pushed my team into a more better situation than what it's been in so far, apart from the Danny Green one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Willow probably needs to is a bit all-rounder and needs to hone in on his strategy a little bit more.
I'd agree with you there, Sean.
But he's got some pieces there, so I wouldn't count him out. He's probably 2 or 3 trades away.
Such a tight season, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
it's just kind of got to narrowing. Like, you've got 151 assists, 222 rebounds, 648 points, and 39 steals, 21 blocks. So he's still blocking, he's still rebounding, but he's also assisting and scoring points, and he's got 49 threes. But he's losing like 3 of those, categories. So.
Anyway, we'll move to the next matchup.
Benno's Baller
One.
versus Downing. Ben won. Did we tip Ben? I think we did. I don't know.
I don't know.
I can't remember. Ben versus Downing, 10th. I think it was like 10th versus 11th or 10th versus 9th, something like that.
I think we tipped Downing because Boogie was back.
Yeah. So, well, he's only just won because he's won field goal by 2%. And he almost won 3. He scored 21. He's getting better, so he's listening to us. Yeah, so it could have gone either way. A couple of shots in it, and Dan will be just about. He won't be happy.
I think.
So, who was the main performance for Ben? He made a trade with you, which we'll talk about later as well.
Yeah.
He didn't really have anything.
Drummond was 62-68. How many games did Detroit play that week?
Yeah, Drummond was good. Deng,
The matchup was on the 15th.
Luau Deng's pretty much his second best player for the week.
Doesn't help when it does help him when half Miami's team are out.
Doesn't matter, mate. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Luau Deng was always going to be there waiting.
And picked him up. That's alright. I won my matchup against Gab, so no regrets.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rondo to Dallas. How do you think that affects Ben's team?
Well, it made Dallas more interesting to watch because I switched on for their game, and for Ben's fantasy team, I don't know.
I think he's going to get better looks, and he's not having to sort of force the issue a bit.
It'll take him a while.
Come off Tyson Chandler screens, be able to find passes in the corner, be able to feed Ellis driving the lanes. I reckon he'll be more efficient.
It should be alright. I think he's in a better situation. I think this year you want your players in good teams.
Yeah.
You don't want players in the crap teams. Rondo will be motivated.
Yeah.
He's in a better environment.
But also, I think he found it hard to score in Boston because they had no one helping him out to get to the bucket.
Yeah. All right. So next matchup.
Don't want to talk about anything from Dan's team.
DeMarcus came back.
Yes.
Lance Stevenson went away.
That's all you want to say?
Macklemore continues to do good.
Dan's probably switched off. He probably won't even.
What do you want me to say, mate?
I don't know.
The team lost.
Rudy Gay was alright.
No, it's the same team that it was last week. It's got the same struggles. I mean, I feel for him. He's got some pieces there, but it's just not happening. They're just not performing.
Kenneth Reed. A bit of controversy last week. Do you think that's a decent week from him?
No, it's not. It's not a decent week from him. It hasn't been a decent week. It hasn't been a decent year. Got to hold. What can you do?
Drop.
Hold. Hold another week. We'll talk about it again next week.
Anyway.
Get off this matchup, mate. You're just stuck on it. Oh! Mac Daddy Records versus Fraser Beans. Oh, I did it. 3.5 years since I've won 7-2. Mate, I was wrapped. I don't care.
Even though it's against Josh?
Mate, I was just like, oh my god, I'm winning. A stress-free week. Don't have to worry about making too many ads. Wow, let him sit, let him play. Melo's out, he gives a fuck. Wade's missing the game, doesn't matter.
Thank you to Melo. He won me a fair bit of cash yesterday, so I'm quite happy about that.
Having a look. It was always going to pretty much be 7-2 unless I pinched field goal to make it 8-1, which was never going to really happen because I benched everybody except for like 5 players. I had like a full day yesterday, benched like half my side, and I still shot like 10% for the day. So I couldn't win field goal. I saved myself. Yeah, having a look, it was just basically Josh has a lot of players out. Tony Parker didn't play. David Lee didn't play. Ginobili played and didn't play, and
Gallinari's
was terrible
dead.
when he played.
Gallinari's dead.
Oh, Gallinari, have a look at his stats. Put in a performance this week, more than 1 rebound, don't you think?
Yeah.
7 threes, 45.
But now he's cooked for 3.
The 2 missed the game. So his best player was probably David West. Not going to win it.
Do you feel that Josh?
Steph Curry had a 2-game week, which hurt him.
Yeah.
Dragic missed the game.
Do you feel that Josh was rotating his team a little bit more this week against you?
Who'd he make?
Huh?
What was his ads?
He added Lavoy Allen. Is that all he added for the week?
Yeah, it was only 1 ad, man.
Oh, it was only 1 ad. I thought
One late day ad to say field goal, and he shot 25%, but it didn't matter. I shot 10.
Oh, 10.
Best player. I'm not joking. Best player for the week. I think.
Chris Paul?
You know what?
D Wade?
I reckon I'm going to give it to D Wade. Yeah. I'm going to go D Wade.
Can you tell me
He missed the game as well, Dwayne Wade. He missed the game, and he had 98 points.
why did Detroit waive Josh Smith when they should have waived Brandon Jennings? What the hell was that turnaround jump shot on an open layup? What is that?
That was one of the greatest clips.
He's getting paid millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
That was one of the greatest clips I've ever seen.
What is that?
It was bizarre. Tyson Chandler didn't know where that bounce pass went. And that was bizarre.
If you wanted to do a little bit fancy, you come under the bucket and do a little backwards scoop. Don't do a turnaround. How is he getting paid millions?
It was bad. He's in a bit of a flunk. But you know what? He got 21 assists, so he's playing very bad and he's getting 21 assists. He shot 39%, man. I reckon that's pretty good for him.
Yeah, well, I said to you at the start of the season you'd shoot under 30.
Yeah.
What do you think of Hardaway?
I like it. Hardaway's
Great pickup.
Hardaway's like my 2K boy. His field goal's not great because he's taken 50 shots. But
6 threes.
Yeah, it wasn't even. That was just a normal week. He had a quiet game the last game, 10 points. I like Hardaway. Really like him.
And T-Ross, did you like him in his first week?
Yeah, had a quiet week. Shot 32%, but still got 6 threes. Done. Happy with that. I mean, like Clay had 6 threes as well in 2 games. Next matchup, man.
Yeah.
Very happy with the win. Extremely happy with the win.
Can you back it up next week? We'll talk about that later. That was the last matchup, I think.
Kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Let's go to the standings.
We'll go all the way to standings. Yeah. Hang on,
JJ Nelson is back on top, a game clear. Whenever you get an 8-1 win, you're going to probably be right up there. Him and Joel are just playing musical chairs at the moment. Joel's second. He had a loss, 4-5, that he could have won. Bit unlucky with the Jarrett Jack ad. A great ad by Nick.
Yeah, great ad.
That's what you would like to see. And he'll have a strong chance to bounce back this week against myself. Gavin's third, so he's just quietly establishing himself, and he's got a 2-game buffer there, so he's got a little bit of room now to establish himself in the top 3.
I need to find a way to have a couple more 5-4s.
Doing well.
I've got to get more than 5-4s. Last 2 weeks I've had 5-4s. I need to find a 6-3 out of somewhere.
Yeah. Got a 5-4, so I mean a win's a win, man, and you're 4th. So Toby's equal 4th at 5th on the standings.
And Lawson. Got a sore back.
Sore back, mate. So you I saw you down at the church when you made your Al Jefferson trip. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, you brought that up a bit premature.
I'm just excited. Sorry.
I mean, me and Nick are equal 6 in the top 6.
It's so tight. Other than 12th.
So I'm basically in the same position as Nick last week. Must win against Joel. Pretty much the same thing. Must win. We've got to find a way. I know it's sad is when was the last time did I beat Joel?
I don't know. I'd like to know that.
I can't remember. I don't think I did last year. And I'm not sure about the year before. We go Benno at 8. He got a win. Now Luke was 6 last week.
That loss.
He's 9th.
That loss hurts.
And he's 2.5 games out of the 6.
That loss really hurts him.
He'd be on the phone. Durant, are you back? Are you on this board this week?
And Teague, I've heard Teague doesn't have a timetable for return from his hamstring. It says day to day, but he doesn't have. It also says it doesn't have a timetable. So
Downing and Willow equal 10th and 11th. So those guys, they need a big win somewhere. And then we've got little old Joshy, 12th. 2 and 7. And I'll tell you what, I didn't think thought I'd get a 5-4, but a 7-2.
Do you think Josh is still motivated to try to get his team up the ladder, or do you think
he's in America, man? I don't think he gives a shit.
Yeah?
He's in America, his team is performing at 31% categories. He's 22 and a half games off the pace. He's 12 and a half categories away from finals.
Well, I'm always in the office, Josh, so if you want to send some trades to try to change up your team a little bit, I'm more than happy to talk, as I'm sure you are.
I don't think there's anything he can do. I mean, no one's going to take on an England player. He's got plenty of those.
Some of the top teams can.
How's he going to improve? I don't know, man. I reckon he's in a bit of strife. But mathematically not removed
that
from
word,
finals.
mathematically.
Yeah, can't rule him out. Alright, waiver of the week. Your turn.
My turn. Sean and I were having a huge debate last night. Nick, unfortunately, I'm going to have to give Jarrett Jack an honourable mention. Jarrett Jack. I know he turned the match up on its head with that ad, and without him you wouldn't have won 5-4.
Have you gone back on your word? Not on your word, but you changed your opinion since last time I spoke to you?
Yeah, okay. I have, because
We're live.
I took your opinion on board, and those 10 assists changed the match up, but also got to look you only got one game out of him, so I've got to look at all components of the award.
Good.
And so unfortunately I can't give it to Jack, even though he had a 15, 4, 10, 2
It was a swell ad. It was a game winning ad.
It was a great ad, but unfortunately Nick can't give it to you. Maybe next week. Now I have another dilemma.
Oh. Let's see where this is going. No, I think go with what you go with the heart.
Go with the heart? Alright. Another honourable mention is Mason Plumlee. Sorry, Nelson.
He had a big week. How many games did Nelson get out of him?
I think he had him for majority. I think he had 2 or 3 games. The 58% foul shots and the 2 turnovers, and I think that probably cost him, even though he got 2 blocks. But having said that, looking at Mason Plumlee, you take all those stats away out, and Nelson still wins 8-1. So I've factored that in as well. So unfortunately I can't give it to him, but
Nelson won't be happy. But I mean, this guy's had a good week as well.
Gav. Shabazz
Muhammad coming in.
You were pretty swift to pick him up after Brewer got traded. Ranked 36th on the week, averaging 34 minutes a game, 56% field goal, 75% foul shots, 1 3, 22.7 points, 5 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1.7 steals. He did have 2 turnovers, but I just think that though the 2 threes that Gav got out of.
What's happened here? Has Minnesota gone? Oh, we've got a first round pick in Shabazz on the. It's 2 years. We'll give him some minutes. Put him on the court. Oh, mate. Oh, he's pretty good.
He looks pretty good out on the court.
Oh, we've got a good player there. Fuck, Minnesota is slow.
They are.
Fuck. What was he doing on the bench for like 18 months? Never saw him.
Who knows? That's NBA for you. But yeah, good ad there, Gav. And
I had a bit of Shabazz earlier in the year and I liked it.
Yeah,
It was good.
So anyway,
Trade of the week.
ranks or trade? Trade of the week.
Trade of the week. It's
Yeah.
good done.
Leave the ranks last. So, midway through my matchup, I was talking to Ben. Ben's at his Christmas party. And we were discussing. That was actually earlier on in the week. And then a few days later, after he had a bit of time to, get over his hangover, we had a bit of a chat. And he's like, I'm wanting to make a move. Do you have any interest in Al Jefferson? And I had a look, and I thought to myself, yeah, I'm partially interested. And then we got talking. DeRozan got added in, and he wanted assists back, but didn't want to lose too much big stats. So I'm looking. I can't really give up Taj because I'm in love with Taj. And I'm not going to give up Butler, not going to give up Parsons, not going to give up Wall, not going to give up Lillard. So we cut them off the table straight away. And then I was having to think to myself, who could I add that isn't going to hurt me too much now and will help me long term getting DeRozan back in a few weeks? And I thought, well, I do have a fair amount of guards. Lawson's probably one of my, which is probably my least best of my elite guards, if that makes sense. And then you go into Chalmers and then all my other guards. But so yeah, put Lawson in, and I was umming and ahhing. He was umming and ahhing, and then we just went. And I was going to keep Lawson and Gortat for the next game, and we we're going to then put it through. And I just said,
Short story.
I just said to Ben, I change my mind so often on trades. I like this trade. Let's just get it done. And
yeah,
he sent the offer. I clicked the accept button.
And everything was fine. You were
And
calm
everything was
throughout
fine.
the whole process.
Well, until the first game.
I swear I saw a Facebook status come up. Something about Al Jefferson.
Driving to the Westgate. 0 of 9. What was he doing? But anyway, he's settled down now, and I'm quite happy with him. Not to say he isn't movable. I am interested in 2 guards for him. So if anyone wants to, find me in the office and wants Al Jefferson, Gav, I know you're pretty interested.
Is he really?
Yeah, he loves Al Jefferson. He's one of his boys. Feel free to talk to me in the office.
You got enough rebounds, Gavin. You got 355 this week.
He's like, I need more.
Stop it. Right.
Anyway,
Rankings.
Rankings. Number one, Anthony Davis.
26 to 10 steals and 4 blocks will do that.
Yeah.
And he's shooting 88% free throw and 60% field goal. Yeah, number one.
Jimmy Butler, we went through his thing before.
Steph Curry got number 3 off 2 games.
LaMarcus, who we went through before. Lillard was 5th with 3 threes, 28 points, 4.8 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 1.8 steals. Do you want to?
I already know who it is. Can't fucking stand it. Every week he pops up. He haunts me.
Do you need a...
I don't want to go through it to say his name.
Got a bit of a ha-ha from Joel there coming on your phone. Danny Green. Should we move straight?
No, just move on.
Move on.
He averaged 5 threes for the week. Move on.
And 2 blocks.
Move on. Quick. Chris Paul.
Paul's stats were 46% field goal, 89 foul shots, 2 threes, 18.8 points, 4 rebounds, 10.3 assists, and 2.5 steals. So you'd be pretty happy
Happy with that. Kyle Lowry, 8th.
Kemba Walker, you trade him, he's 8th.
9th.
9th.
Yeah, good weekend.
And Gibson had that one game where I think it was one game. I don't think he had multiple games.
Yeah, he had one game that isn't right there.
Yeah, one game.
15, 17, 2 box.
And then Parsons was just fell outside the top 10. So
Alright, there the rankings. Now,
Facebook status.
Facebook status of the week.
Just
Do you have a selection for me to choose from?
we do.
What was the one the last week was
Jose's. I don't want a bag of Jose's.
yeah. Stand by. Michael's just
I'm having trouble with my password.
don't know what your password is.
I got fat fingers, mate. What can I say? So let me just load up the page. Mate, when are we getting proper leather chairs?
I am in a leather chair, man.
I bring you hot chocolates and you give me the shitty chair.
Mate, can you bring up this status?
Yeah, I'm
The
trying.
viewers.
Oh, here we go.
Alright,
Here we go.
this one was sent in from Daniel Downing, Melbourne, and he said, "At that point in the season where I'm looking forward to the next season." Haha.
I think we've all been there, haven't we? Where you've just fed up with the season. You're
Mate,
like, I wish
Daniel,
this piece of shit.
I'm playing Joel this week. I'm gonna be there by I'm gonna be there by Wednesday. Funny status, good status.
Yeah, good stuff, guys.
Yeah. Boogie is back. Keep the faith. And that's right. Obviously, an active league is a good league. So even the teams that are doing poorly, you want them to stay.
But the
stay
teams that
active.
are doing poorly aren't like, it's not like they're massively behind. You know what I mean?
No, they're not. They need wins, but they're not massively behind. And I mean, there's time to turn it around.
Yeah.
Mathematically, they won't be removed for months.
And things
So-
happen. You get injury. Other teams get injuries. Like I think I've played a lot of teams that have had injuries, and
Yeah,
there's been other players.
there's a lot of variables.
Yeah.
So hang in there. I mean, I'm hanging in there by a thread, like the bottom half of the ladder is. I mean, survival. Just got to survive.
So what's happening with next week's Spice? Because it's going to be on the 30th when I come back from my trip. So we might have to do it on that Wednesday.
Whatever works, mate. Maybe a Wednesday, maybe a delayed one. Maybe we do an episode that kind of covers, briefly goes over the review of the week gone, and kind of maybe we do something improvised where we kind of update the current week, have a look at the current week, maybe just touch on and review the previous week.
Or
And,
maybe we just do an old school Curry Spice where you just do a write up.
fuck that shit, man. Nah.
That's in the dark
It's
ages.
the dark days, yeah. Maybe I can get a special guest in, Michael. Maybe Joel or Nelson, mate. We're once off, special guest.
Or Gav even.
Or Gav. If anyone is interested, Gav will be away.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested on the 30th, Tuesday, let me know. And if not, Michael will do a review on the 31st.
Yeah.
We're done, mate. We're done. All done.
So everyone have a safe and Merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year. And that's a wrap, I think.
yeah. If anyone wants Andrew Wiggins, hit me.
Okay, guys, sorry, we jumped the gun and we actually stopped the show. What happened was we forgot to go over the matchups, so I'm just going to go quickly, a bit scrappy here, closing out the year on the matchups for the week. So I'll go through firstly Mac Daddy Records versus the Architect. You got 2nd versus 6. For myself, very much like Nick last week, I need to win this, but J-Mac's been the arch nemesis who's always normally got the wood on me and had some famous J-Mac Sundays. We have had close encounters, but Joel generally gets on top. Going to have my work cut out for me this week. So I think it's unlikely that I get the win, but every category is going to count as well. So I'll give it a fair crack like I always do, and I'd obviously be pretty happy if I took the win going into the end of the year. Death and Taxes basketball, pretty important matchup, 9th versus 7th. One side fell away and another side has just picked it up. So at the end of the day, both are only separated by 2 categories. So a very important game. Just receiving news that Josh Smith obviously has been waived. So that's another player along with Jeff Teague and Kevin Durant. Unlikely. Their Death and Taxes is going to have quite a bit of problems here as far as availability. On that, I'm going to have to choose basketball. I think you can win this comfortably, 6-3. Next matchup, the matchup of the round has to be Monsters Inc. versus Brow Boys. Jeremy Nelson came out last week and had an 8-1 triumph. He bounced back extremely strong, and Gavin has solidified himself inside the top 3 now. I think he's ready for this challenge. It's going to be a close game. I think Gavin, if Gavin's got his strategy right, and I think he does, I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go with Gavin. I feel like he'll be able to secure his categories. He won't be beaten in certain areas. He's built for this, to take on Davis. Next matchup, Benno's Ballers versus Mother of Willows. So we've got 11th versus 8 here. Both teams coming off a loss. Both teams desperately need a win, and both teams are 15.5 games off the pace. So very hard to say who I think's going to win. I think I'll edge it towards Willow. I'll pick Willow. I think he's due. Benno did come off a win last week, but I've stuffed this up here. Yeah, it's Mother of Willows versus Ben. 11th versus 8. So I'm going to go with Willow on an upset, even though Ben won last game. I just feel like he's got enough pieces there. They just have to click. Keyboard Warrior versus Downing. 4th versus 10th. Michael surprised us all this year, and he seems to be a top 4 team at the moment. In and out sometimes, but he keeps bouncing back up. Downing's team, without DeMarcus Cousins at 100%, I just can't see him getting past Keyboard Warrior this week. I think Michael's going to win this one comfortably 6-3, and it'll just continue the struggles into the new year for Downing. The last matchup will have Franks and Beans versus the Fellowship, brother v brother, 5th versus 12th. This is an interesting one. I think Josh is, he's definitely met and passed the crossroads now. He's dropped Gallinari. He's picked up Heinrich. I mean, he's hanging in there. He's being competitive. Can he win this matchup? No, I don't think he can. He's 18 games behind Toby and 22.5 games behind the pace. So I think he might be more competitive this week, but I don't think Toby will lose this matchup. Closing out the matchups, we're all done. Sorry about the rush performance this week. It's going into the new year. We've got limited time to process. But what I will say is production should pick up to a new level in the new year. So I'm looking forward to that. It'll be quite good. So stay tuned. Catch ya.